So I noticed that I'm so out of touch with the critics that when the critics say that something is good, I usually end up not liking it. I mean, seriously, when I see IGN give like a 10 or a 9 to a movie, I know that I need to stay away from it because I'll probably end up wasting my money. I'm not going to get entertained. So I'm curious if the opposite is true when IGN hates something. And I remember they hated the Joker. I actually like that. And Alita Battle Angel, if I remember correctly, didn't get a high enough score with the critics. But now The Matrix is getting a 4. Why is The Matrix getting such a good review? I'm really curious though, right? Because if you look at it from the point of social justiceness, I mean, it's made by a transgender person, so all the correct heritage is there, the pedigree is there, which is what these critics care about the most, because they actively say they care about these things. And it's also one of those IPs that require the soy face presentation, so why is it that it's getting a 4? And by the way, IGN isn't the only one. I saw a couple of other publications also giving it really bad ratings. Now, I gotta say, I have incredibly low expectations for this. Why? Well, it's because the story has already been told. I'm not really interested in this franchise. Although, I did like the fights when I was a kid. And by the way, when I was a kid, I didn't understand anything of the progressive nonsense ideology of postmodernism that they were spouting at me. The only thing I understand is, oh my god, people are dodging bullets and they're having cool fight scenes. But the problem with that is that the reason it was cool back then is because, believe it or not, it was a technological marvel. I mean, all the special effects and all of that was groundbreaking at the time. Even the concept of bullet time and slowing down the action and some of the fight scenes, they were mind-blowing. Like, it was really something. You didn't even need to understand the story of the movie. Like, when I was a kid, you could watch this movie in a language you didn't understand. You could watch it in Japanese, so you understand nothing of the plot, and you would still like it because of the fight scenes and the action scenes. So, I personally, what I expect from Matrix Resurrections is to have good action scenes. That's it. I don't care, like, the movie can be in Japanese. I don't care, like, everything is blah, blah, blah. It's like playing an RPG, and you're like, escape, 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 you know, passing the cutscenes. And I'm curious, like, can it just show me some good action? That's really it. That is the only thing that I want. I want to see Neo beating up some agents. That's it. Like, I don't expect nothing else. Everything else is yada yada, flag to flag. That's for Mahler to discuss. I personally just want the kung fu. I want the that's what I want. Okay? And apparently, I might not get it. Apparently, all the critics are saying that this movie is going to be bad. And it's kind of probable because we live in a different age where the special effects seem to have peaked. Like, I haven't seen any mind-blowing special effects in movies anymore. It's almost like either we have reached the platform and we have managed to reach the ceiling, or the people lack creativity and they just don't know how to create new and more interesting special effects. The only thing that I suppose would blow my mind now would be either VR. Like, if you make a movie in VR where you can look around and you can see the action, but I don't know what that would imply. I mean, that would probably be very difficult to accomplish. And the other thing that would also be interesting is 3D. So, I don't know how many of you actually went and you saw Avatar in the theaters, but Avatar, like, used some 3D technology that was quite mind-blowing compared to everything that came after it. So I think, like, Avatar, if you actually went and you put those glasses on, it raised the bar so high that no other movie managed to pass. Now, in the case of The Matrix, it does seem that the creators, the Wachowski sisters, had a disagreement. And they didn't want to get together in order to create the Resurrections. And it's just one of the sisters that wanted to do this, while the other one wasn't sold on the plot, I suppose. So, apparently the Lily sister did not want to return. And Lana said that she found herself drawn back to the world she created with her sister after the loss of their parents. But her sister Lily has said that she found the idea of returning to the franchise expressly unappealing. There was something about the idea of going backwards and being a part of something that I had done before that was expressly unappealing. I didn't want to have gone through my transition. They used to be the Wachowski brothers, in case you don't know, so they transitioned and gone through this massive upheaval in my life, the sense of loss from my mom and dad, to want to go back to something that I had done before and sort of walk over old paths that I had walked in, emotionally unfulfilling and really the opposite. So it's not like they wouldn't have something to tell. Interestingly, it's more like about emotions and creativity, which honestly, it's kind of weird hearing that kind of talk nowadays, because a lot of movies are just created on an assembly line. They are being devoid of that human emotion, of that pathos that creates art. It's like, no, we need to make Star Wars 9.5, and they start creating this thing in a corporate board, and they're just pitching ideas. It's not like the creative soul of an artist, like the person like George Lucas, who has a passion for Star Wars and he actually has a vision. No, now it's like, all right, like how can we make it interesting? Oh, what do people like? Some dinosaurs. Okay, put some dinosaurs. What do critics like? Diversity. Okay, throw some diversity in there. What else do we have? We got Indiana Jones. People like Indiana Jones. Add some ancient tombs into it, you know? And the Force. Yeah, it's Star Wars. Put the Force in. That's how they create movies nowadays, and it's very sad. Now, I don't really know whether or not Matrix is going to be good. Again, the only thing that I care is the fight scenes. So if those are good, I'll be happy. But it could also be that maybe, you know, it's a very right-wing movie like The Joker, and that's why it's getting such glowing reviews. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section.